you might remember as part of Donald Trump's civil fraud case, where he was found liable for decades worth of civil fraud for over and undervaluing his assets and his worth and things like that, depending on which way it benefited him. You know, he'd undervalue it with taxes, overvalue it to banks for loans, things like that. Well, he was ordered to have a court monitor oversee all of his finances as part of this process, as long as it takes for it to play out through the appeals process and everything, and up until at least the point in which the fines are settled. And I don't know if she would have to continue being the monitor after that point um, to make sure he doesn't commit any more fraud, because part of this um, case is he would not have the ability to do business in New York anymore, effectively dissolving the Trump organization. Well, this financial monitor has come out now and basically said that the thing she is being told is that Donald Trump no longer plans to generate any more statements of financial condition, which are the statement parts of the statements that he used to create through, multiple tax returns and basically just a book of see how wealthy I am. And he would send it to banks trying to shave points off his interest rate for his loans or get a loan. He would send it to insurance companies trying to lower his insurance premiums, things like that. But then he would also send it to places like Forbes and try to get on the Forbes 400 richest people list, all those things, which is, from what the testimony was in the case, part of why this fraud was taking place is because he always wanted to hit target numbers to try to make that list. Now, he's not putting out these statements anymore. And he has said, should anybody need to do evaluation on his stuff, basically, like if the insurance company needs to reassess his property values, they're going to have to do their own research. If he needs to get a loan, they're going to have to do their own research. All of that stuff. Basically, he's not putting out these numbers anymore, I think in part because he can't do it without committing more fraud. So he's not going to be saying how much he's worth anymore, and he's not going to put out the statements to back what he says he's worth anymore. So that's going to be interesting to see what numbers he comes up with now, because we won't have any statements of financial condition to at least compare to maybe think he's telling the truth. And on top of that, he has to still pay after the appeals process. He is going to have to pay this settlement, the $355 million or whatever, what that number was, plus penalties and interest. He is accruing about $1 million worth of penalties every 9 days. He is currently sitting at about $470 million total owed. Again, adding about $1 million a day as he's dragging this thing through the appeals process. He thinks somehow that appealing it is going to save him from paying it, but when the appeal is finally said and done, it's just going to cost him even more money.